Hello Newcastle fans here, welcome to the zoomed in version of me. Horrible, I look horrible, I know, I'm really tired. Really late, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Sorry the video is out late, it's obviously later than 1 o'clock of course. The little one's been in the computer room and I've also had Sammy round as well, so that's a person. So we're here to talk about the lineup here then, so as I've got the zoomed in version, please let us know what you think. Do you prefer this? Do you prefer the zoomed in version or do you prefer a bit zoomed out so you can see a little bit more? Let me know in your comments box below. But let's have a look at the team before you make that decision. Right, so this is what I think Rafa will go for. Like I said in the previous video on Thursday night, I don't think there'll be too many changes looking at this. I'll just shift over this side. So let's run you through the team then. So Darlow goal, very surprised if Sells come in. I think Anita will play it right back. The reason why I think there'll not be as many changes as I've already mentioned is because of the Preston game coming up. That's where Rafa has already hinted that there's going to be a lot of rotation as well. Nita, Lascelles, Clark. Now, Mbemba is fit, but I don't think he will play in this game. I think that's the Preston game to make his claim back in the first side. On the left-hand side, I think Paul Dummett will play because I think Lazar will definitely play in the cup game. What's going on with Hadara? Hopefully we'll see a bit of action with him. Richie on the right, I think they'll stay with Hayden. I don't think they'll bring Cole back in at home. I'd like to see Hayden because he needs to develop. He needs game time for me. Shelby, who's our star player with Dwight Gale at the minute. Atsu on the left hand side. I think he'll bring in Atsu. I think Gouffran will be rested for this game. But you never know, I could be wrong. You might go with Gouffran because Rafa never keeps the same side ever. Diarmi in the number 10. I'd be quite surprised if Perez comes in because again, with the Preston game coming up, I think you will go with Diarmi and Gale, the man on fire. You just cannot drop him at the minute. So obviously I've done the opposition review yesterday as my phone beeps off. I've done the opposition review yesterday on looking at this and how we were going to attack now Ipswich, because obviously the couple of their key players. So the one thing that we need to look at, we're going to just look at the defensive side first of all, is I'm just going to circle Paul Dummett. I'm just going to have my hand ready so I can get rid of any marks. So Paul Dummett is going to come up against Grant Ward. So there's going to be a head-to-head there. Paul Dummett has actually been in quite a good form recently. So defensively, he has anyway. We know that he's got a problem going forward. You just need to keep an eye out for Grant Ward as well. I know that's not very conventional, rubbing that out like that. But let's rub Dummett back in. So he's going to be up against Grant Ward. So you need to be careful on that. The threat going forward for Ipswich is quite bleak, as I've already mentioned. They don't really attack. They don't score goals. Like I said, Grant Ward will be up against Paul Dummett. He's got 4 goals already this season. They don't really score goals. It's probably that they might play Leon Best up top on his own. Maybe Freddie Sears. They might play both of them. McGoldrick is back, but he's unlikely to start. Johnny Williams will be a decent threat coming off the bench later on, so on the wing. So I'll have to keep his guard because I think that'll probably be like for like. So looking at the midfield, then what Ipswich are going to need to do is stop this man. Because John Joe Shelby is literally all the play at the moment. He is dictating the play. If they can stop Shelby, they'll stop the supply going forward. And that's where I think this game, for me, is going to be won on the wings. This one. Not through Shelby, because normally it is. But because Ipswich is so compact defensively, they don't score many goals. They don't go forward that often. They don't concede many goals. I feel that it's going to be down to these guys, which is going to be Christian Atsu, and I also think it'll be Richie on the right hand side, that the attacking is going to need to come through as well. So we're looking at Matt Ritchie then. So he's going to be up against Knudsen. I think Richie, he's got the better quality. We know that Richie should obviously get a lot better of him. He likes to come into this. He likes to hover down this position, right? But he likes to also come round about here. This is where Richie likes to cut in a little bit and then possibly play a shot in. So that's one key battle. Looking at their right back, which is Chambers. If it's Atsu, he will just burn him. You will know that he's got great pace. He might actually swap these around as well, like every 20 minutes or so, because Rafa's done that a couple of times this season. And obviously, Atsu's got tricks galore. If he's on the right-hand side, Atsu will come in. So, yes, Chambers is going to be up against this as well. I think defensively, Newcastle are going to be pretty sound in this game. Is there much to worry about? I don't think so, but will Newcastle keep a clean sheet? I think we're going to win the game 1-0, personally, for me. I think realistically, if we can stop just Grant Ward, maybe if we can stop the other side, which is Lawrence in the midfield, the support at best, Sears, McGoldrick later on, it's going to be pretty bleak, I do feel. But then again, Mick McCarthy might just mix it up and completely change the formation, you know. but he's been playing 4-4-2 lately. I think he'll go 4-5-1 in this game. I keep changing my mind. I know I said 4-4-2 yesterday. Now I'm changing my mind 4-5-1. I'm so at home he plays 4-4-2. Away you might change it. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to go 4-5-1 this time. Newcastle, this is what I said I'm going to look at. Like I said, I don't think the defence will be pretty much attacked, if that makes sense. However, that would mean that Newcastle will have to then break down Ipswich. And I do feel that the full-backs will come into play on this as well. I feel that Paul Dummett needs to get forward. I know it's not in his nature. Maybe this game is better for Lazar to play on this side because Lazar will literally bomb on. Even Haidara, no Haidara's not match fit, but personally for me, I'd like to see Haidara and Lazar given a lot more chances. This is where we need a fullback. So we know Anita's really good at it. He likes to overlap. And he's been talking in the press conference, obviously, on Friday and also earlier on the week that he wants to extend his stay at Newcastle. Personally, I've already done a video on Anita and Gouffran. For me, this little fella, Anita, needs to sign a new 3-year deal at least, even if we go in the Premier League. Because he at right back, he looked decent in the Premier League and also in the Championship. He's up there with one of the best right backs. Yedlin, who literally is in USA International, first choice in the Premier League for Sunderland last season, can't even get in the side because a makeshift midfielder is playing in his position, and he's doing a superb job. I think these two guys won't be troubled too much. So they just need to talk to each other. Clark's a good talker. Darlow, very good in the air. Right, this man, before we finish off on the video, we've got these two to talk about. Actually, before I do this, Hayden, I don't think Hayden will have a massive job to do. I think he'll pick up the scraps and move it. Diarmi, on the other hand, he needs a performance. What he needs, Diarmi, for me, he just needs a goal. Whether it comes off his shin, whether it comes off his head. As I've already mentioned, I cannot see Mitrovic playing, unfortunately. So I do think it will be Diarmi on this one. Because of the situation with Shelvey, if we take Diarmi out of there, as I've already done the video, if you haven't seen the video earlier on the week, it's crucial that Diarmi, the number 10, plays because of the Shelvey role that he plays. Have a look at the previous video if you not know what I'm on about. So Diarmi, he just needs a goal, doesn't he? That's all he needs. Maybe that'll give him a kickstart, you know. Because to be honest, I don't want to pick on certain players, but out of the midfield and attack, Diarmi's the one you're looking at, aren't you? This lad needs a performance because if comes in the cup game and Perez comes in and Perez has a good game against Preston, and do you know what it is? Preston as well. They've got a good result. They're on a good run. Preview of Preston obviously coming up later on in a few more days. He needs a performance. He needs a performance. He needs to. When the thing is with Diarmi, right? When he's got the ball, he's all right. He comes out here. He comes out there. But when he hasn't got the ball, he just trots, doesn't he? He just trots. He doesn't actually burst a gut. That's what fans get on his case. Working hard. This little fella, how are Ipswich going to stop him? So, like I said, I think it'll be very, very compact, very, very, very. Like, how can I explain it? This'll be Ipswich. Right back, centre back, left back, midfield. I think we'll tuck in a little bit. They're going to be very, very defensive, I feel. That's how I think they'll line up. Something like that anyway, so I don't think I've done 11 there. But do you know what I mean? They're going to be very, very... because they don't concede many goals. This little fella, Dwight Gale, if he gets service, we know that he'll score goals in this division, whether it's long. He's got pace over the top. We've seen it a couple of times this season. We've seen it when Richie played him in midweek against Barnsley. We've seen it against Bristol City over the top. Diarmi, he's got pace, so he can go in behind you. If the ball comes in down this area, as I keep saying every single week, this is his favourite position. John Joe Shelvey set him up at home in the midweek. Last Saturday. Just feed him. Do you know that old saying? I don't know if you ever know who Man City Sean Goater is. Feed the goat. Gale Force. Give him wind and he'll score. I'm claiming that one. All in all, yeah, it's going to be tight. 1-0 to Newcastle. Let me know what you think in your comment section down below. And also, do you just prefer the zoom in version or do you prefer it to be a little bit out? Let me know. Thanks for watching. See you later.